Assalamualaikum and hello everyone that watched this video. I hope that you guys are doing fine right now. So as you can see at the cover of this video, this video going to show you about at-home yeast fermentation experiment. So we have 6 members and each of the members going to handle a different type of variable. But before that, what is the purpose of this experiment? Alright, so the purpose or the objective of this experiment is we want to investigate the best amount of sugar, yeast and also water that could produce more carbon dioxide. So for this objective, the variables that involved are the amount of sugar, the amount of yeast and also the volume of water, type of sugar, the condition of water and also the pH of the solvent. So what we're waiting for here, let's get some look at this experiment.
Good day everyone, my name is Clea Viana Frankio. My metric number is D20181082942. In this video, I'm going to show you guys yeast fermentation experiments that involve amount of sugars as the variable.
Electronic scale, bottle, balloon, yeast, sugars, ruler and string, sticky label and funnel, measuring cup,
5 empty bottles with the same size 500 ml prepared and labeled as A, B, C, and D. Grams of yeast poured into each bottle using a funnel. 4 grams of sugar added to bottle B, 8 grams to bottle C, 12 grams to bottle D, and 16 grams to bottle E. 200 ml of warm water measured and poured to each bottle. The bottle swirled gently to mix up evenly. The balloon stretched a few times and then placed over the neck of the bottle. The circumference of the balloon measured using a string and then the length of the string measured using a ruler. The length of the balloon circumference measured for every 15 minutes for an hour.
Hi, my name is Nurul Azarima binti Muhammad Yusof with metric ID D20181082928. I will conduct in set B experiment where the independent variable is amount of yeast, dependent variable is length of balloon circumference in centimeter, constant variable is amount of sugar, volume of water, size of bottle, and type of sugar.
Before we proceed, we must make sure our apparatus and material is enough. First, label your bottle with A, B, C, and D. Open this yeast. There will be no yeast for bottle A.
We must put our ice in line with the 200 ml. Pour into bottle A.
Now take a balloon and put in the bottom mouth and shake it. Mix the solution.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Rizal Famim bin Roshidi and my metric number is D201810829313. So today I'm going to continue this experiment by using a different independent variable. So today I'm going to use for the independent variable is the different volume of water. For dependent variable, I'm going to use the length of the balloon's circumference, and the constant variable is going to be the same amount of yeast and also the same amount of sugar. So for yeast, I'm going to use 9 grams of yeast, while the amount of sugar, I'm going to use 60 grams of sugar. So let's get started. Step 1. Prepare the material and apparatus as shown above. Step 2. Prepare 5 empty bottles 1.5 liter each and label them as A, B, C, D and E. Step 3. Measure 9 grams of yeast by using measuring scale and pour into each bottle by using funnel. Then repeat this step for bottle B, C, D and E. Step 4. Measure 60 grams of sugar by using measuring scale and pour into each bottle by using funnel too. And repeat this step for bottle B, C, D and E. Step 5. Make bottle A as a control set without adding any water in it. And for step 6, measure volume of water and pour it into each bottle by using funnel in a different volume as shown above. Step 7. Gently swirl the bottle to mix up evenly. Then stretch the balloon a few times and then place it over the neck of each bottle. Step 9. Measure the circumference of the balloon using string and ruler, then record data for 0 minutes. Last but not least, set the stopwatch for an hour and measure the length of balloon circumference every 15 minutes, then record the data in table.
Hi, my name is Engkaling with my matrix number D201810829334. So for my yeast fermentation experiment, I'm going to manipulate the variable which is type of sugars. The amount of sugars is same for all, whereby 16 grams of white sugar, brown sugar and icing sugar, and 16 ml of honey and the gula melaka syrup. The amount of yeast, volume of water, size of bottle and size of balloon will be constant for all. This is the material that will be used is electronic balance, syringe, masking tape, marker pen, measuring cup, and balloons, measuring tape. And the sugar we will use is white sugar, brown sugar, icing sugar, honey, gula melaka syrup, and lastly we have yeast and empty bottles. First, before start the experiment, measure the circumference of the balloon using the string and ruler and then record the length. Next, prepare 6 packs of 9 grams yeast with pouring out 2 grams of the yeast from each pack with 11 grams. Then, prepare warm water by adding hot water into the drinking water. And then, measure 200 ml of water and pour it into the bottles. Next, add 9 grams of yeast into the bottle. Since this is the bottle air, so no sugar will be added. And then, shake the bottle for mixing up. Lastly, stretch the balloon and cover it on the bottle's mouth. Next, we will prepare for bottle B. The step is same like preparing for bottle A. So first, we need to measure 200 ml of water, and then we need to add 16 grams of the white sugar. After we add the sugar into the water, stir it and then pour it into the bottle. Next, pour the yeast into the bottle and then shake it to mix up the ingredient. Lastly, stretch the balloon and cover it to the bottle mouth. And then repeat the step for brown sugars and icing sugar. After measuring 200 ml of water, then place it on the electronic balance and make to 0, and then from there we can measure 16 grams of sugar. Next, for bottle E, we need to add the honey. So first, after measuring 200 ml of waters, we use the string to measure 16 ml for the honey. We will first measure 5 ml and then another 5 ml and lastly 6 ml and pour it into the bottles. Next, add the yeast and shake it to mix up all the ingredients. Then cover it with the balloons. For the last bottle, bottle F, we will add gula melaka syrup. The step is same like how we prepare for bottle E. So we also using the string to take out the gula melaka syrup and pour it into the bottle. Then add the yeast and shake it and then cover it with the balloon. The time for every set is written down and will be measured the length of circumference of the balloon for every 15 minutes. The result of length of circumference of the balloon is recorded. And this is how I measure the length of the circumference of the balloon and record it. That's all for my experiment. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Hazim bin Aziz. Now I'm going to continue this experiment with different independent variable, which is condition of water. Okay, in this experiment, I'm going to use different condition of water, which is warm water as control, and then room temperature water, and then cold water, and also hot boiling water. Okay, so we're going to see the effect of this condition water to the dependent variable, which is length of balloon circumference. Okay, so without further ado, let's start our experiment. Firstly, prepare the material and apparatus that needed as shown in this clip before we start our experiment. Next, measure 9 grams of yeast that we already set as our constant variable and put the yeast into each of labeled bottle by using the funnel. Then, measure 16 grams of brown sugar that we already set as our constant variable too and put the measured brown sugar into each of our labeled bottle by using the funnel. In this experiment, we're going to use different water condition. So, get the water of condition by using the water machine that provide different water condition, which is warm water as our control, room temperature water, and cold water, and also hot water. And then we're going to measure 200 ml of water by using measuring jug, and then pour the water into each of the labeled bottle that we already set. Gently swirl the bottle to mix up evenly and stretch the balloon and then place it over the neck of the bottle. After done, set the timer for an hour and then we need to measure the circumference of the balloon using measuring tape every 15 minutes and then record the results in the provided table.
Hello everyone, my name is Cinderella Justine and this is my metric number, and today I'll do an experiment on the effect of pH of solvent to the rate of fermentation, and these are all the materials that we will need for this experiment. Now, let's move on to the procedure. First, we need to prepare the materials that is needed such as sugar, yeast, and warm water, and the variables which is the water, acid, and alkaline. We need to prepare 3 sets of sugar, yeast, and warm water for the 3 variables that is used. Next, pour the warm water into the labeled bottles, which bottle A represents water, bottle B represents alkaline, and bottle C represents acid. After that, I use a paper funnel to pour the sugar and yeast into each of the bottles. Next, pour the water into bottle A, alkaline into bottle B, and acid into bottle C using a funnel. Next, swirl the bottle gently to mix up evenly and stretch the balloon a few times and then place it over the neck of the bottle. Set the timer for an hour and record the length of the balloon's circumference for every 15 minutes. The circumference for a balloon is measured by using a Taylor's tape. This is the result for the experiment.